Sure.
Hello, everybody. I'm Merlot,
I am Rose.
and we are Merlot and Rose. And we're going to try to talk some true crime. And the case we're on today is Quinton Simon. The only case we've been on so far because I'm absolutely obsessed with it, as is Rose. Um, I'm getting ready to pull something up, and we'll try to wait on a few people to come in. And will you watch that for me real quick while I do this and talk? Maybe break down the case a little bit, for people that don't know much about it.
Well, the little 20-month-old baby went missing on Wednesday, October the 5th, from Savannah, Georgia. And his mother wasn't the primary custodian. Actually, the grandmother had custody of the children, but the mother had them because the grandmother was out of town working.
Did you know that root cause of
Sorry.
erratic blood sugar has everything to do with something deeply peculiar and disturbing that
Can you hear that?
Yeah, was watching some blood sugar stuff.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So the babysitter was supposed to have gotten him that morning, and the mother and her boyfriend texted the babysitter to tell him that they didn't need her that day. Well, later on, the mother called 911 and reported that she woke up and the baby was gone and the door was open and like somebody had kidnapped him. But the police have came out and said she's the primary suspect, and they've been looking for him in the landfill. Then there's been all kinds of drama with certain YouTubers protesting outside of their home, disrupting the neighborhood, and some's been arrested. Not the YouTubers, but some local people have been arrested because of the chaos that they're causing. So it's taken a lot of the focus off the baby when it should all be about finding the baby. So there's a lot of drama being brought in that should not be. And me and Merlot are just want to talk about the facts and figure out what happened to the baby. And we want to see him brought and have a proper burial. And
Yeah. We know the police have evidence that makes them certain that he is deceased. He's not alive anymore. We have to be careful what we say as far as that kind of stuff. And they're looking for him in that landfill, and they're totally convinced that he's not with us anymore. And so the daughter or the mother of the little boy, she has not tried to get out and look for him herself. She hasn't put up the first flyer. The family hasn't offered a reward. Right after this happened, about a week after he was missing, after the FBI came and did all the search and investigating, the warrants at the house, and they drained the pool and all that. The grandmother, Billie Jo, the one that actually had custody of the two older kids, and they're not old; they're 3 and 20 months. But she had left them with her while she was out of town working, and they had a babysitter that they went to, of course. But did you say that morning that they didn't? They called the babysitter, text the babysitter.
They didn't need her that day.
Well, the boyfriend has run away. He's in North Carolina,
he's MIA,
escaping all the heat. He doesn't have all the heat on him right now.
Yeah, well, why did the police allow him to leave, fly the coop? Well, I mean, there's just a lot of questions that there needs to be answers to.
Yeah. I'm looking for that. Give me just a minute and I'll find it. Maybe I need to go to the different.
She's looking for a certain video that was shown today with the protesters going.
They can be vicious. I'm telling you, they can be so vicious, and it's scary. I mean, well, let's just go to this one right here and watch it for just a little bit and watch Bullhorn Betty. I was trying to find where they all were screaming at the grandmother at one time, but let me see if I can find the part that we need to find. We can listen to her for just a few minutes and see. I may have to change it up a little bit. Okay.
Thank you, Justice for Baby Q. Lynette, thank you for being the newest member of the Coffee Club. Oh, Diana, thank you for the $10 super chat. God bless you. God bless you.
This is the protesters, some
So
of them.
this is the problem I
Bullhorn
have.
Betty.
I had an opportunity to speak with an officer out here the other night, and he was basically asking me, what am I trying to do? What am I doing? Well, let's be honest. I came here because there was a missing child. Okay. When I got into town, I had no knowledge that we were going to find out she was the prime suspect in the child's disappearance. But I did have my suspicions that she was lying and there was more going on behind here, especially when I found out she blamed it yet again, like a Megan Boswell, blamed it on the ex. He must have came in and took her. He must be in his custody. And then when you look into the situation and you realize this man has had no contact with her, that's when and I started asking some questions. I started coming out here, beating the pavement, talking to some neighbors, finding out what was really going on in this house. I wasn't being disruptive. Nothing. I was just setting up, going to go live, talk to people, and then more people just started coming with their stories, And I've even told everybody that's came with the stories, go down to the police department and tell them. That's the only way this is going to stop. You want this lady off the streets? You're going to have to get her off the streets yourself. The only way you're going to get off the streets yourself is to force the police chief's hand. File those affidavits. If you are in Chatham County, if you're in Savannah, if you know this family, if you've ever seen Leilani or Billie Jo abuse any of those children, please, I speak it all the time. Say something. If you see something, say something. Go down to the Chatham County Police Department and tell them your story. Fill out an affidavit of what you witnessed with your own eyes. You can't go down there and fill out an affidavit that your auntie's best friend saw this. No. If your auntie's best friend saw this, you need to go to your auntie's best friend and tell her she needs to go down to the sheriff's department and file an affidavit. You want this to go? You want this lady in jail? It's time for the community that knows this family, that has watched the abuse happen. And there's several people, even on this street, that I don't know if ever filled out an affidavit. They need to. If you're watching this and you have witnessed this child walking alone, unattended, go fill out an affidavit.
Yeah, she's
If the police chief still doesn't want to arrest her after having substantial evidence that this child was abused prior to his disappearance, then it's time to start really considering.
Yeah, she's a little tough. I wonder their motives sometimes. I really do. I don't know. It's scary because there's a lot of pressure being put on this family, and I have some sympathy for the grandmother, even though she's made some bad decisions,
Yeah,
but she didn't know. I mean, who thinks that their child's going to be murdered, or their grandson's going to be murdered while they go out of town? She can't even trust her daughter to, and her daughter's lying to her and telling her that she doesn't remember what happened, and that she thinks she woke up and the baby was already missing. So I'm on the wrong thing now. Give me just a second.
You know, at the same,
Can I pull this down somehow until I need it back up?
yeah, just go in on the tab and click on it not to share it anymore.
Where's that at?
The tab.
Oh,
so
stop sharing. Okay. Okay. Let me find the actual video that I need. That actually wasn't the right one.
The grandmother has lost the grandson. She's lost her baby, you know. At the same time, she's lost her daughter that evidently did this. And there's other people in that home too, you know, that ain't got anything to do with what happened to the baby. But these protesters are disrupting everybody's
The
life.
neighbors.
Even the
The
neighbors.
neighbors around there. There was a neighbor on hospice that had to go back into the hospital because they couldn't handle all the noise, and there's been 5 or 6 people arrested, protesters arrested already. They get pretty violent with their words, and the one protester girl, she banged on their windows, even went up into their yard and banged on their windows. And a couple of other protesters got arrested, a husband and wife, for blocking their driveway so they couldn't get out. So it's getting a little bit violent, and I don't know, it's just not. And I go back and forth with how I feel about it. You know, sometimes I think, yeah, smoke them out. And then other times I'm thinking, no, y'all are going too far. You know, so I don't know. And I'm just trying to put myself in the grandmothers, because I have grandbabies, you know, and a daughter and a son. And I'm trying to think, what would I do? How would I put my, you know, how would I feel if this was happening in my family? It very well could.
Yeah,
I mean, my children are not on drugs, but they could have been.
Yeah,
They're not, you know, immune to them.
if this were happening to you, you don't deserve to have your life. This has destroyed your life, but having it
Right.
every day being harassed by people. I mean, you can't even go outside of your home because you've got this huge loss, and then the loss of your child that may have done it, and then to have all these people just being so cruel. It's I don't know. I just don't have any words for it.
I don't either. And okay, right here it is. Okay, how do I go back to sharing? Hold on.
Go back to your tab, or
back to
present down on the,
present.
Yeah.
Okay, same way I did it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's not the one I'm looking on, but now how did I do that? Because hold on, let me make sure I got the right video. It is the right video. Okay. Can you finish what you were saying?
I just was saying I didn't have any words because the grandmother is going through so much, and then they're making it even harder with all the protesting and all the name calling and all the yelling and all the harassment.
I can understand too how people feel bad toward the grandmother because she did wrong. Yeah. And they're all accusing her of being on drugs. I can't tell if she's on drugs or not. They're not watching her do drugs. So how do they know for sure she's doing drugs? You know, it's almost like they're accusing them of...
She's not the suspect, you know.
No, and if my grandbaby was dead unalive in a landfill, I believe I might be on drugs too. I don't know.
I know, you'd need something to just take you away for a few minutes, you know?
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. I think I'm about to figure it out. Okay. Okay, let's watch this for a little bit.
This is today?
Yes.
We're gonna do it now.
Now this is Molly
Betty, we're doing it
Golightly
right now. You want to come with me?
and Betty
Now we're gonna
Bullhorn
do it.
Betty and
We're gonna do it
Olivia
big time.
Chronicles of Olivia.
Justin, right now. We're doing it now. Right now. Is the camera recording?
Yep.
Is the camera recording, Betty? We're gonna do it right now.
My lights turn this way.
Turn it right now. Right, if you're gonna get anything on camera, you want to get it on right now. If you better get your cameras recorded. We're gonna do it right now.
I'm gonna step to the restroom.
We're gonna
real
do
quick,
what's
okay?
important right now.
Can you hear me?
This is what you're gonna need.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to the
right.
restroom.
Okay.
This will
So
take
we're
a
gonna
minute.
try to get through one
Just-
more time. And
I'll
if
be
this
back.
doesn't work, nothing's gonna work. And I might as well just go back to the hotel and do my hair and makeup and just call it a night. All right,
She's not going. Listen, Billie Jo.
Billie Jo, we're here. Honestly, and I really want to take off after I say this. Billie Jo, they've already put out a statement that your daughter is the only person, the only suspect. Forget about person of interest. The only suspect. Not the brothers, not the boyfriend, nobody else. Billie Jo, I'm not gonna call you Billie Jo anymore. I'm not gonna talk down to anyone in this house. None of your friends, none of the family members, no one else. Leilani, it's you. Stop doing this to the neighbors. Stop doing this to your family. Billie Jo, she's the only person of interest. What you need to do is grab her by the freaking hair, drag her down the steps, call the police, and say, come and get her. Come and get her. This is over. This is over. She is yours. I'm not going to ruin the rest of my life, my son, the rest of my family, my friends. We are not doing this anymore. We're not going to live like this anymore because you know, just as well as I know, this cannot go on forever. All right? Grab her by the hair and give her up. If it's been stated that she's the only suspect, then there's your get-well-free card. Do it. I'm telling you. Your life's never going to be the same if you don't. You need to give your daughter up. You know she did something wrong. You can see it on your face. I'm shaking right now because it's the only option, and it's the best option for you and your family. And you want to know something? Keep your house. Don't even hire a lawyer. Throw it to the wolves. You know she was beating up those kids. You know what she did. She's working. She's doing drugs. She's getting pregnant. Her whole life is reckless and irresponsible. She's going nowhere in life. She will go nowhere in life. You need to do what's right.
And Billie Jo, Bullhorn Betty, I asked you yesterday, I pled with you to do the right thing. You've never done the right thing for that little boy. And here's the time that you can
End it today.
finally do the right thing
Do
for
it
your
today.
grandson.
I think today should be the day.
Show that you gave a damn about that little boy.
It should be
Please.
today.
It should be today. Don't wait till tomorrow.
Do it, Justin.
If
Tell
you
her,
love
Justin.
that child, if you love that child,
Do it today.
do it today. Be done with all this. She's not worth it.
Nope.
She's gone. She's gone. You've already lost her the minute she killed her son.
Be the hero. Be the hero for the rest of your family. Do the right thing.
Be a real woman.
Go on TV and say I did what I had to do. I did what I had to do.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Tough I don't know who the hell you love, because I don't know
You
you.
can still love your daughter and still do the right thing.
Absolutely.
And you can know that your daughter is going to be protected, and you never have to worry about her overdosing or dying or anything. And you know she'll be safe. You know at least tomorrow she'll be awake. She'll be able to wake up. It's time for her to be held accountable. She killed your grandson. And she's bringing all of you down with her. She's bringing all of you down with her. It's not worth it. It's just not.
I'm sorry, but someone had to say it. I mean, come on. Enough of this. This is not entertainment.
This is sad. There's no winners here. And the longer you keep dragging this out, the worse it's going to be for your family.
The whole family. Your friends
time.
are going to be harassed. You will be harassed everywhere you go.
It's time
Come
to
out
go.
and
You know
be
what?
the
Show
fucking
this
hero.
community you care
Be
about
the
your
hero.
grandson.
Jesus, please.
There's still time for you, Billie Jo. Do the right thing.
Let it be today.
Show this community you really are a respectable person.
Take your cell phone, go into the bathroom, call the police, call a detective, call the FBI,
Tell them.
call Georgia State Police now. Go into the bathroom and say,
This ain't worth it.
it's today. Come get us.
Today's the day.
It's today. Do it today. Because if you drag this out, it's going to be worse on the whole family. I'm telling you, this is not looking good for this family. See, I think this court agrees.
We're tired of this. You should be even more tired of this. You're letting the murder of
I don't
your
wanna be here.
grandson live under your roof.
I don't want to be here.
You wanted her out. You wanted her out, Billie Jo.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Do the right thing for Quinton, your grandson, the one that you said you love so much.
For all your grandchildren.
Show them that you gave a damn and you really tried to protect them from their mother.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Say his name.
Quinton's
Simon.
life matters.
Quinton's life did matter.
His
Your
life
daughter's
matters.
life is
And
over.
we prayed. And
Her
we
life
keep
is
praying.
over.
And all those men are searching that landfill.
Putting their life in danger.
Exactly, Bullhorn Betty.
Life in danger.
Exactly.
18 hours a day.
And it's sweating. I am sweating.
18 hours.
We're tired.
Repent.
You should be too.
Keep going,
Ask
Justin.
for
Keep
forgiveness.
going.
Quinton,
This is
Ask
ridiculous.
for forgiveness.
your beautiful, perfect grandson that you allowed to be abused under your roof finally come forward
Life's
and
never
save
going to
him.
be the
Get
same.
her out of his
ever.
house. Get
Ever
her
be the
out of
same.
his house. The press is right here. Get a reporter. Call a reporter. They're standing right here. Take your cell phone. Go into the bathroom and say, I'm ready to turn her in. Come
Take
get her.
Billie Jo, take
I'm
Leilani
telling
down
you,
to the
that's the
station.
best option. Get her out of this fucking house. I'm telling
Take
you.
her down.
It's the best option. It's the best option for
Do
all
the
this
right
shit to go
thing.
away. Do it for Quinton. Do it for yourself.
Do it.
You're gonna lose everything. For her?
It's not worth it. She's taken enough from you and your entire family. Enough is enough.
We've
Know when
seen
to
this
hold
shit
them.
before.
Know when to fold them, baby.
We've seen this before. All of us. All of us.
Oh, every case.
We've seen this before.
Yep, every case of a guilty person.
People are, what are they thinking? That we're gonna stand out here forever? They're gonna hide forever? No. This needs to end today. And I'm not gonna stop screaming until this ends today. I'm sweating to death. Take the phone and call the police and say we're ready. Grab her by the hair and drag her down the stairs. Yeah! Yeah, see, your neighbors don't care that way yelling. Exactly.
They're done with you.
Do the right thing.
Tainted the
Billie Jo.
neighborhood.
Exactly.
The right
The neighbors.
Tainted it.
Do the right thing.
This is ridiculous.
Maybe you'll have a chance for your other grandchildren if you turn her in.
You'll be the hero, Billie Jo. I've thought this through. I try to stay away from this case because it's painful. It's hard for me to look at this baby. I can't look at this baby thinking that he's in that landfill
It's final resting place, Billie Jo. You think that's appropriate for
in
him?
a million pieces. changing.
working 18 hours a day to find your grandson.
When's enough, Billie Jo? When is enough? For the love of God, do something right. You know what? Out of all the shitty decisions you made out of your whole entire life, this is the most important. This is the time for you to stand up and be a real woman. This is the time, baby. If you've done shit your entire life, this is
Do the right
time.
thing.
This is the time.
Strangers helping to find your grandchild.
Why
West
you guys stay locked in
Virginia,
our house?
Hershey, Pennsylvania, Florida, and there's more of us coming. We're from other states. Why are we here?
FBI.
You hear the neighbors across the street? How long do you think he's
They're
going to
done
be
with you.
This guy's pissed across the street. And you want to know something? The other neighbors are like, yeah, keep going. You need a bathroom to use? They're offering up their bathrooms.
Which room was it? Which room was it, Leilani?
Leilani, I believe
Which
that you are
room?
acting like a very
I
guilty
don't even think
person.
Leilani's there
Does she
unless
act
she
like a
came
very
back.
Very
guilty
guilty.
person?
Very guilty.
In the court of public opinion, you are guilty, mademoiselle. You are.
Your mom told us. She told the world.
Please,
Do the right
Billie
thing.
Jo, get her out of the house.
It's time.
Get her out of the
Enough
house
is enough. Let's bring this to an end today.
today, please.
Do the
Your
right
grandson
thing.
deserves better than this. Give him better. For the love of God, give him better. He had a shitty freaking life and you know it. Do better for him in death. At least allow him some place to rest in peace, not a fucking landfill.
Oh my God.
Is that where you're gonna go visit him?
Oh my God.
In a landfill on his
Oh my
anniversary?
God.
Is that where you're going to put the flowers? Is that where Grandma wants to put the flowers?
Just think
In
every
a
time you throw
fucking
away the trash,
landfill?
for the rest of your life, every time you throw away the fucking trash, you get to think of Quinton.
That's sad.
That is sad.
That's a terrible thought.
That's awful.
Because you want to know
Oh.
something? That's something that I'm going to have to think of. Every time I'm folding laundry, guess what I think of? Standing on Brian Laundrie's property, Chris and Roberta. Every time I'm folding laundry.
Do the
Doing
right
this.
thing.
The scorching heat.
Do the right thing.
Pig. Get that little pig out of the freaking house.
Duh.
That little fucking bitch.
They're out on the lawn here.
They're still mowing the lawn.
No, they were sitting right here with the signs that go talking us.
They were taunting us when I was over there.
Hours outside. They were sitting on their lawn.
Who was they?
Billie Jo, Michael.
Today?
Friday.
Oh.
They took everything we had up to climb over and go out.
Oh, why won't they come out when I'm here? Billy, please. This is the last time I'm going to be nice. I'm going to settle down. But I'll be back.
Okay, it's the last time she's gonna be nice. I mean, what's she gonna do?
She's gonna keep screaming, I think. Hold on, let me stop this. I think she's gonna keep screaming. I don't know, but see how, and that was actually a nice version of what they've been doing. I mean, they've been really calling them names. I mean, I don't know that I could have stayed holed up in that house. They did come out on the lawn because they felt like they needed to take some of their power back. You know, they've been stuck in that house for so long with these people there day and night. And at night is when it gets more chaotic and more violent. And it's just crazy. And I don't know. Duty Ron, let me show y'all something else. That makes sense. And Duty Ron, he is a YouTuber, but he is a retired law enforcement from New York, I think New York City. Let me go find him and let you watch this. And he makes sense. I mean, it's like they may be hurting more than they're helping. Let me find him. Stop, dude. Don't talk yet. Don't talk yet. Okay, let me go back over here. I think I can remember what I'm doing now. Okay. This has to do with the protesters, and then we'll get off that and go talk about the actual case at hand. But I just wanted you to see this too. I wanted you to see what was going on down there across the street or on the street. And I want you to see what Duty Ron says. And it makes a lot of sense, but they're not going to listen. They're not going to listen. But just listen to him, though. He makes sense.
Leilani. I always get caught up on that name. That his monster mom, according to authorities, is the prime and only suspect, and they believe that she discarded this poor little baby boy and threw him out into a specific dumpster, and he was brought to a landfill. And we didn't hear anything update-wise by the FBI or the authorities this week on it. Nothing major to report about, but we still hold on to hope that they'll find some type of remains or some type of evidentiary evidence and collect it to come to a resolution and come to bringing justice forward for this little boy. But what we have going on is circus like atmosphere, just like what we saw with Brian Laundrie outside the home, but it's getting taken to a little too far in my eyes. And everybody's opinion, I respect it. I'm not asking for a mob mentality here. I just want to give you my perspective from a retired law enforcement professional's point of view. And I see no value in continuous night and day camping out in front of someone's home and chanting and going up and trespassing and going onto the property, which not everybody's doing, but some people are doing it. Some people have gone up and knocked on windows, flashed flashlights into people's windows. You have to take into account that there's other people that reside in those communities, elderly, children. We heard Brian Laundrie's sister and brother-in-law say that my daughter, or I think it was a daughter or son, that their child was scared inside their home. So you have to be a good human being and realize that yes, you're under the Constitution, you have the right to assemble and freedom of speech. But at what cost does that come? Do you think about elderly people who need to get sleep or that are in not good health or that are scared and in their home alone? Do you think about other people that this affects, the children, handicapped, the elderly, and so forth? And not to mention taxing the police. Now, I have not followed it closely, but I have, thank you to the ladies and a couple of my gentlemen friends, have sent me clips of the buffoonery, the jagaloonism, the craziness that has gone on night and day outside of this residence. And to me, I see no value in helping finding justice for Quinton Simon. Nothing, no justice, nothing that'll add to it. It's just bogging down the authorities and it's bogging down the community. Now, when you talk about wanting to interview potential suspects, meaning Leilani Simon, or her mother, or the stepfather, or grandfather, or brothers, or sisters, and any type of interference of interviewing potential witnesses and subjects, that is, in my mind, obstruction of justice. you are not putting the best interest of this tiny little victim at the forefront by doing something like that. So it is not the job of a civilian. It's the job of the duly sworn law enforcement professionals who are in and on that case. The lead investigator, the FBI, whoever is investigating it, those are the only people that should be speaking to potential witnesses, potential subjects or suspects, and that's it. So by somebody going and doing that, you are taking the justice for Quinton narrative and throwing it out the window, because any conversations that are had between grandma, between the mom, between the biological father, these are all potential subjects and witnesses. Nobody should be interviewing them for their for their wants and needs, for their curiosity, because that is such a counterproductive. Listen, I could take Joe Murray, I could take Jess, the mystery maven, I can have my good friend Karen Cole from the UK, Legal Minded Friends, and each of one of those criminal defense attorneys will tell you that we have a field day that is helping defend a potential person if and when they're charged. So this stuff just gets my blood boiling. You know, I can't stop it, but the people that are doing it are just, I don't know if they don't care, or they're just blocking it out, or whatever the case may be. It's not in the best interest of justice. Let me say hello to a couple of friends in the chat. Kimberly, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Hi, Amelia. Always great to see you. Hi, Sylvia. I'm on my YouTube app, so I'm not using StreamYard. Follow the grain in your wood. Jeanette is here. Alicia B, I believe I saw earlier. Alicia B, good to see you. Dina, thank you for joining. Roxy, hey, how are you?
Okay, he's quit talking. Merlot?
I muted my mic so I didn't make any noise. I was making too much noise. Sorry. And I couldn't stop it quick enough. I tried to stop it before he went on to talk about other stuff, but I tried. What do you think about that?
He makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, but
People need to be talking to them is the police and stuff. I mean,
right. And then you have Cher from Behind the Voices or Voices Behind the Wall or whatever that YouTube channel is. She has buddied up to this family, and I don't know if she's actually playing them like was said, or if she's really friends with them and she's sincere with them, and she's trying to raise money through her YouTube channel to get a plane ticket to go to Savannah, Georgia to visit with them for 7 or 10 days. Now, they say that she got involved in the Summer Wells case and messed that up for law enforcement. But I don't know. I just heard that. You know, it's possible. And it seems like a lot of people say that. I didn't follow the YouTubers then. I didn't even know it was a community of crazy people. And I don't want to say they're all crazy. They're not all crazy, and not all of them are doing it for the wrong reasons. But when you see some of those, you know, steadfast protesting YouTubers there, and you see all the super chats they get, and you see how you can add it up in their chat, and they can make thousands of dollars in 2 or 3 hours that they're there. People support them that much to do that. And it seems like the more they donate to them, the more their subscribers donate to them, the more dramatic it gets, you know? So
Yeah.
I have a hard time thinking that it's not all just, it's got a lot to do with views and clicks. It does.
Yeah.
It has to.
Yeah, that's too.
Now, whether they really care about the little boy, I believe they do to a point, but I think people are losing sight in what this case is about.
Exactly.
It's not about dragging her out by the hair of the head and beating the crap out of her and, taking her to jail. It is to a point, but it's more so about finding this precious little boy that has been lost for 4 weeks today. Is it today? 4 weeks today?
Yes.
It's sad. Very sad. And they feel like if they're putting the pressure on the family, then that's going to draw them out. Well, it has at different times. It has drawn them out at different times. But are they getting what they want out of them? No. They're not getting a confession. They're not getting the cooperation that they're looking for. And they think that they keep on, that they're going to get it. Well, they might, but at what cost?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And as far as, the boyfriend, Danny Youngkin, he ran off right after they reported this baby missing. He ran off to Atlanta first. His parents came to that town and picked him up. Then he ran off to North Carolina, or he went to Atlanta. Then he ended up in Dunn, North Carolina, where his family lives, his parents live. As far as I know, he is there. And there was a reporter that went up to his door and knocked on the door, but nobody answered. He was the one supposedly last saw the baby in the playpen at 6 o'clock when he went to work. So why is he not a person of interest, at least?
Yeah.
They've not said that. Law enforcement, they're tight-lipped. They haven't said that. And he was able to go out of state.
And stay out of state.
Yeah. I don't believe that she is the only one. I believe it was both of them. This is my own opinion. My speculation. And I don't want to speculate too far, but it's common sense. They were both there that night together.
Exactly.
He was the last one to see the baby. And just like our guy last night on chat, Lance, he said that when the babysitter came down there, after they texted her and asked her if she had seen Quinton, after they had messaged her at 5:30 that morning and said that they didn't need her babysitting services that day, that the kids would stay with their mother. Then they text her at 9:30 and ask her if she's seen Quinton. She's like, no. So she gets up and goes down there. And they did not, she said, the babysitter said they did not want her to search. And they weren't even searching. And she said that they didn't even want to call 911. It was her that told them they needed to call 911. It was Diana McCarta, the babysitter, that told them, well, you need to call 911. You need to call the police. And that's when Leilani called the police. Now, apparently, they have been interviewed, and they've both had lie detector tests, but Leilani and her mom will not give out that information. They won't give out whether she passed or failed. They say they can't. Because she has been talking. She has reached out to different YouTube channels before she got in good with this share.
Yeah.
Now I think she specifically talks mainly to her, but I don't know. And she said today the title of our thing is, is she ready to turn her daughter in? And she said they had sent Leilani off yesterday, I think. I guess to get her away from the protesters because there were extra ones coming. And she said that she had been there all day without Leilani, and she had had some peace and quiet, and she had time to think or whatever, and realized that she wants Leilani to go to jail for this, and if Danny's involved, she wants him to go to jail. But if it's just Leilani, then she wants her to go to jail. She said if she needs to go to jail for leaving the kids home with her, whatever negligence, whatever, then she will. But she does want her daughter to serve time over this.
Yeah.
So, but you can almost understand why they're being defiant with the protesters.
Yes.
If they would be nice to them, she would have probably came out and talked to them a long time ago.
Yeah.
But they started off on the wrong,
Yeah.
they started out doing what they do, and she just doesn't feel safe to talk to them. She feels hunted and all that, and she's not going to talk to them now.
That's
I've
kind
been
of
surprised.
what it puts me in mind of, the Salem witch trials. They tried and convicted this grandmother, whether she knows the truth or don't know the truth.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a bad situation, and as far as we knew, as of 12 something today, around lunchtime, law enforcement was still in the landfill searching. We don't know how much longer they're going to search, if they're going to take off another weekend to regroup or whatever. But we're going to follow it until it's resolved one way or the other, and we'll be here to tell you all about it. So, I'm sure several people will see the replay of this. I'll edit it a little bit so they don't get our what's it called?
bloopers.
Our bloopers. Yes, our bloopers at the beginning, because you might click off of it and go away if you do. So I think I'll trim that up after we're finished, But as far as this is pretty good content right here, I think, I do have a news clip I could play that kind of gives. Well, it's got the give me 1 second. It's got the interviews that Leilani and her mom did with news media. They called the news media and offered an interview. Let me see if I can share that. So, would that be that would be a video file, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's in my bill. No. Give me just a minute. Let me find it, because I don't remember if I saved it. I got so many different files. Let's see. It may be in my bill. No, I've moved it. I'll find it. I have definitely moved it to save it on the cloud so it wouldn't be so much, on my laptop. But let me find it. This will give, anybody that hasn't seen those interviews, it'll you can kind of read her body language, you know, and tell what is going on there. You can kind of pick up on it, you know, and just a second. I'm opening this to see where I saved it at. Here it is. Well, there it is, but 1080. It'll take just a second. I'm gonna have to get more organized.
And we will. We'll work on stuff like that this weekend too.
Yeah, because I had this video file somewhere. I mean, very easy to get to too. And now I don't remember where I put it because I've done so many files. I wonder where Kenny was tonight. He didn't show back up, which I don't expect him to be here every time, but he's easy to talk to and he makes sense about stuff too, you know, so he'll be a good asset. He will. Okay. Let's see if that's
I look forward to hearing from all kinds of people, different people.
Oh, I know. We'll talk to so many people, and it's going to be so much fun. And I know that because I've seen it. I've studied enough, you know.
Well,
where
you're located at, you're located in a bigger city, if you want to call it a city.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just in this small.
Right. Yeah.
Small.
Yeah.
Town. It's a hole in the wall town that is actually my county is number one poorest county in the United States.
Your county?
Yep.
Is the poorest county?
Poorest county, yes.
Poorest as in poor?
As in, yes.
Why do I not doubt that? And
somebody's took the crown. I mean, for so many years, we've been the poorest county.
It's almost downloaded. So I downloaded it again because I can't find it in my. That does not surprise me, to be honest. But if you look at all the other little towns there is, that kind of, you know.
Lindsay, how are you?
Do what?
We got M. Lindsay listening.
Oh, well, wonder who that is.
I don't know. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you, Tractor Man. I think you're a man. You got a tractor?
A tractor?
I wonder if that's Ed.
I don't know.
Could be, could not be. How you doing there, mister? You all ain't gonna do no good with this. Nobody's gonna listen to this stuff and all that bunch of crap I got today.
Really?
He needs to be apologizing. Yeah, I told him we was gonna prove him wrong.
That makes me sad.
Oh no, it makes me want to cry too, asshole. I'm trying to find this. Hold on. 90%. 25 seconds left and we can do it. 25 seconds left, you people. Of course, there's nobody in here right now, but most people watch it on the replay, and that's where we got all the hours from it today, you know. So that's good.
Yeah. I was
15
surprised
seconds.
when I logged
I
on today.
know. I was
Oh,
totally
I had it.
surprised. Yeah, the watch time doubled today. That's great.
And subscribers, I mean, that's awesome.
Yes. Okay, here it is.
Thanks to all the subscribers, we just
Save.
more.
Okay. Okay, I've got something for you guys to watch. Give me just a second. Okay, downloads. Okay, I got something for you, and I actually edited this, so dang thing was in my thing the whole time. It was in my downloads the whole time, named as something else. Okay, hold on.
Marks 3 weeks since we first told the story.
Is that there? Is there?
It is a case that started with a missing little boy that is now a criminal investigation. Today,
Do you
investigators
see
have
it?
wrapped up their search of the Chatham County landfill where they believe the child's body
Yes.
is dumped. WSAV's lead investigative reporter Brett Buffington is live tonight from West Chatham County with everything we've learned from day one until now. There are so many questions about this case. Police say they believe Quinton's body was put in a dumpster, but they won't tell us where. And they've named Quinton's mom, Leilani, as their one and only suspect, but they won't tell us why. With so many questions, we just want to share what we do know. 20 days ago,
Chatham 7 after 2.
this was a story
Complain about her 1-year-old son is missing.
about a little boy who was missing. His mom said taken.
It's Leilani, and her son is Hawaiian.
But that story did not stick long. Yeah, I feel like whatever Leilani's story doesn't add up. This grandmother, with custody of little Quinton, left town, left Quinton in this southwest Chatham County home to be looked after by Quinton's mother, her daughter, Leilani. Leilani, do you have anything to say? What we've learned about this little boy's mom dates back years. She was evicted for not paying rent in Long County. That was 2019. In 2020, charged with breaking into Quinton's grandfather's trailer and stealing money. Last year, arrested in North Carolina, Quinton's mom was accused of stealing cigarettes, a soda, and popcorn from her job. Those 2 charges for stealing are why she was on probation last month when her and her mom got in a fight over the washing machine. The police report calls Quinton's mom a thief. Her own brother told the officer Leilani Simon steals money to buy drugs. A day later, Grandma wanted Leilani gone. That grandmother, a star in this viral video taken just days after Quinton went missing. Your entire family keeps recording. Billie Jo, with her husband, flat out said Leilani is a liar. Bad to say, but she just likes to lie. That grandmother was with Quinton's mom when this picture was taken. As the waitstaff at this Tybee Island bar says, drinking and flirting. Police believe that this little boy, whose mom said he was taken to a trash dumpster, thrown in like garbage, and is now somewhere in this dump. And no one has been arrested, and no one has been charged. And so many people in this community and across the country tonight are looking at the Chatham County Police Department and asking why. We're live in Southwest Chatham County tonight. I'm Brett Buffington, WSAV.
Wow. I think you're still on mute, Merlot.
Yeah, I am. That wasn't the interview, but that was a good clipping that I did that kind of tells a story.
Yeah.
It explains a lot more of it if somebody doesn't know that much. Then Okay. Okay, I know how to stop sharing that, right? Okay. Then let's go to, was it WTOC? It was WTOC News Live that actually did the interview with them. And that'll show you the body language and all that. Let's see. Boy, learning this stuff is a little.
Yeah, but I think when we get together, it'll make it easier.
Yeah, it will. Okay, let's see what this is here. This will help. This is like a press conference. Why is that there? Okay.
Now you still have the previous
There we
ones.
go. Oops. Why is it not showing this?
Because you're still sharing the other video, you gotta go unshare it.
Oops. Okay, hold on. I thought I stopped sharing it.
No.
I did stop sharing it.
You must not hit the button because it's still there.
Okay, I removed it. I removed it from stream. Okay. So now I need to do present. Okay, share screen. Chrome tab. Here we go. Got it. Got it. Somebody's in here. This is Mrs. Chestnut and Joe Popowitz. No, that's on something else. Never mind. Okay, I got it, right? I got it?
I see it.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay.
An extensive search of the waste management landfill located here in Chatham County. As with every step we have taken in this case, the need for this search is based on where the evidence led us. We have spent the last several days preparing and deploying extensive resources to support the search team and the investigators. And I would like to thank, for a moment, Chatham County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff John Wiltshire, Chatham County Emergency Management Agency, Savannah Police Department, Savannah Fire Department, Chatham Emergency Services, and many other agencies that have assisted in getting us prepared to begin our search of the landfill. We know that this is going to be a physically, mentally, and emotionally grueling task for our investigators and team. Yesterday, our team posted this picture of Quinton here on the wall of this operations center as a reminder of who we are searching for and why we continue to work so terribly hard. We want justice for Quinton, just like everybody else, and we want to find his remains so we can give him a proper resting place. Once again, we are indebted to the FBI for their unmatched expertise that they have provided to us since they arrived on scene. less than 3 hours after Quinton was reported missing. Now I'll turn it over to Senior Supervisory Resident Agent, Mr. Clark, who also has a few remarks.
Thank you, Chief. Good morning, everyone. My name is Will Clark. As the Chief said, I'm the Senior Supervisory Resident Agent of the Savannah and Brunswick offices of the FBI. Throughout our process here, our goal has been to bring Quinton home and to hold anyone responsible for his disappearance accountable. We, along with our law enforcement partners, go into this process with heavy hearts. We do not want to end up at this point, but the evidence has taken us here. We are not just randomly searching this landfill. We have evidence, specific evidence that leads us to this large property. To help in this search, the FBI has brought in specialists from Quantico, Atlanta, as well as all of our personnel here in the greater Savannah area. The FBI's evidence response team, which has experience in landfill searches like this, is heading up part of this operation. At this moment, we have dozens of FBI personnel on scene in support of the Chatham County Police Department. We will have Chatham County and FBI personnel in the landfill each day, conducting a systematic search of the debris. This will be a complex and strenuous effort. Searchers will move through the debris placed on the search deck looking for evidence. Once that debris is cleared, it will be placed on the search deck and then removed and then replaced with another section of material. This will not be quick, it will not be easy, and the outcome is uncertain. As the Chief said, we want justice for Quinton, and we want to find him a proper resting place. Again, we share the sorrow felt by millions and promise all of our available resources and expertise to assist Chatham County in finding little Quinton.
Thank you, Will. Now we'll take a few questions if you'd like.
What makes you think that Quinton is in this landfill?
The evidence has led us to this place at this date and time.
Anything specific you can tell us?
Nothing I can tell you specifically.
What day do you think you would come to this landfill? Was this something you do last Thursday, last Wednesday, last Tuesday, or yesterday, or this morning?
Agent Clark's going to answer any questions about the landfill.
We've been reviewing the evidence throughout the duration of this investigation. We've been following the evidence where it has taken us, and the evidence has taken us to this landfill. The efforts to undertake this landfill search have been several days in the planning. We've brought in experts in landfill searches to guide us to the specific area where we'll be searching. Like I said in my comments before, this is not, we're not searching the whole landfill. We have a specific area where we are looking.
And Agent Clark, in these landfill searches, I know the recovery evidence team has done this before. This area that you've now gridded off, with no more trash coming there, is away from anything new.
Yes.
And is that because of where this trash specifically came from?
Yes.
And then I could, for the chief.
Sure.
You know, we talked to you at 2:30 the Wednesday. And your tone has changed. You almost sound like that about each other. You must be able to bring investigators. How hard this case has been.
Yeah, you're trying to get me to cry, I think. But it has. You know, we had a meeting yesterday, and to look across the multitude of people that are here and to feel and see their emotions. But that's coupled with determination and dedication so we can find little Quinton and provide him a proper resting place. It does take its toll. There's a lot of time, energy, and effort that goes into not only the investigation, but the logistics in terms of getting everything we need to be able to provide the proper resources for the search teams and the investigators so we can reach a conclusion at some point. there's a large order of magnitude that has been brought to bear here for this. And I'll say it again, I can't thank the FBI enough for all that they have done. They have been tremendous and phenomenal.
And you know this is obviously is a criminal investigation now, which is a missing person, and there's no way that it's not, right? No one's been charged?
No one has been charged.
Why has no one been charged?
Because we're not ready to charge anyone yet. We still have work to do. We still have an investigation to do, and we are not going to do anything preemptively that would harm future prosecution, where I'm standing before you 6 months from now talking about a flawed investigation or talking about why we did this and why we didn't do that. I believe in our investigators. I believe in the expertise that we brought to bear here. We are tracking in the right direction, but we're only going to do that when we're ready to do that.
Chief, you don't acknowledge you're holding out tremendous capital.
No.
Chief, is this landfill the only place that y'all are going to be searching?
Yes.
You mentioned that there's going to be a large scale release revenue operation. Do you guys maybe have a vague idea of how long you think it'll take, or is that just kind of up to what happens out there?
It's kind of up to what happens, but as Agent Clark said, this is not going to be quick. This is not going to happen within a day or so. We are here for the long haul until we determine that we don't need to be here.
Chief, let's back up a little bit in this investigation. One thing that never happened was there was never an Amber Alert sent out. There was never a Levi's call sent out. Why was that?
It didn't meet the criteria of an Amber Alert at that time.
Why so?
I'd have to go back and look at the exact criteria, but we didn't have any specific information about an abduction. We didn't have a suspect for an abduction. We didn't have a vehicle description or anything like that. And Amber Alerts are very prescriptive in terms of when you can issue them, and we didn't have that information at that time.
Chief, how tough is it staying here right now?
It's tough, but we understand that it's necessary. This is the work that we do. Albeit emotionally draining, albeit tough, albeit difficult. But this is what the community asked of our law enforcement officers.
I want to clarify something, Chief. It was asking a question earlier. Do y'all believe that Quinton was brought here and thrown in the landfill, or thrown in the trash and then dumped in the trash?
We believe that he was placed in a specific dumpster at a specific location, and it was brought here by regular means of disposal. I can't answer that.
Is Leilani In still the only suspect?
She is.
You mentioned the other day you didn't believe she's a flight risk. Has that changed?
That has not changed.
How hopeful are you that you'll find him?
I have every belief that we will find his remains here at the landfill.
Do y'all know where Leilani is today? And I don't mean right at this actual moment, but do y'all know where she is?
I believe she's still here in Chatham County. We do not believe she's a flight risk.
And again, I'll ask one more time, what makes you believe she's not flight risk?
I can't get into that. Okay, thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Okay, well, I stopped it, and now it's still going.
All right, can you open the door?
Okay. Stop sharing. Okay, I got one more thing for us to watch. Then we can discuss it a little bit and probably wrap it up tonight.
That works.
Okay, give me just a minute. Let me get out of this one.
Step aside and get me something to drink.
Huh?
I'm gonna step aside and get me something to drink.
Okay, it'll take me a second to pull it up.
Thank you.
Huh? Mm-hmm.
Months, we have been investigating as well as exposing the truth behind
all of these food processing plants that have been catching on fire.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Dawn Baker. In a WTOC exclusive, Leilani Simon, the mother of missing Chatham County toddler Quinton Simon, is speaking out tonight for the very first time since he was reported missing nearly 3 weeks ago. Chatham County Police and the FBI believe Quinton is dead and are actively searching a local landfill for his remains. Police say Leilani is the only suspect in his disappearance as well as his death. And tonight we have team coverage with our Shay Schrader and investigative reporter Max Dieknike. We begin with Shay, who joins us live outside of the Simon home. Shay, what did she talk to you about?
Leilani and I spoke about a number of things, including what she remembers from the morning she first reported Quinton missing to what life has been like as the days have gone on, still with no sign of Quinton. I talked to Leilani as well as her mother, Billy Howell, who were both just distraught over Quinton's disappearance. They say they've been harassed in the days and weeks since Quinton disappeared, but Leilani wants everybody to know that she's not running away.
I'm here. I've been here every day since this. I am not running and I'm not hiding. And if something does come up that I am at fault, I will take myself to that police station.
Chatham County Police have repeatedly said that though they've named Leilani the prime suspect in her son's disappearance and death, they don't believe she's a flight risk. Leilani says that she and her mother, Billy Howell, spend their days in the backyard of their home because it's too difficult to be inside with reminders of Quinton and the fact that he's gone.
Every day that goes by is less tears and more anger, not knowing what's happening, if that's even understandable. You wake up every day angry, hoping that you're going to get a phone call, and that phone call just doesn't come.
CCPD and the FBI haven't released many details in the case and haven't said why they believe Quinton is in a landfill. Police say they're doing that to preserve any potential court cases down the line. Leilani and Billy tell me that they get their new information about the case from watching the news and that they feel all they can do now is hope.
We want something great to come out of this, but mostly we want him not to be found in that landfill. We want him found happy and alive. We want him back in our arms, holding us. That's what we want. We're just hoping that he's in somebody's house and they're feeding him, and we're hoping that, maybe they wanted a baby or couldn't have a baby. Maybe they thought they were his savior. But it's not. That's their best hopes at this point.
Chatham County Police say they have no reason to believe that Quinton was abducted or kidnapped, and they have evidence that suggests he was placed in a dumpster and that his remains are in the landfill that they're currently searching. Leilani Simon hasn't been charged with anything at this time, but police say she is the only suspect in her son's disappearance. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Live in Chatham County, Shay Schrader, WTOC News.
When I started my business,
Yeah.
I didn't see a tear.
No.
And
she
go ahead.
She was not giggling. She was sucking air in her mouth or something. Her nose didn't have anything to do with it.
No. That was all an act. And who says if it comes out that I had anything to do with this, I will take myself to that police station.
If it comes out.
If it comes out.
Who says that?
Not an innocent person.
Yeah, she's even putting it out there that there's the possibility that that's going to come out.
Right. It's a possibility, all right, I'm sure. But, I would be inconsolable.
Yeah.
I'd be,
I was crying all the time because my face would be swollen.
I think I've probably cried more over her baby than she has.
Exactly.
I really think so, because it's so I can't stop thinking about that little guy.
Yeah, it's so sad.
And if I could, I guess if we were getting the super chats and the donations that Bullhorn Betty and Dolly Vision and all them were, we could go there too. But I would be knee deep in the swamps looking for him, not
Yeah.
standing outside the dang house.
Yeah,
I mean, what are they accomplishing?
nothing.
But I did see, somebody posted a video about them. What are you doing? You're not searching. You're not doing this, that, or you're yelling at the family from across the street. And the next day, 2 of them got on a 4-wheeler and was driving around looking in ditches and stuff.
Yeah.
So they caught wind of that video and
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to say anything bad. It just looks bad. They don't realize what they're doing to make themselves look bad,
Exactly.
because they didn't show any kind of searching until that was questioned. But I'm not them, and I'm going to keep watching and see what happens, see what they end up doing and how they handle it.
What comes up next?
And I just hope they don't do anything to jeopardize any kind of case. Yes, do I think that she should have been arrested by now? Yes, I do. I think they have plenty enough to take her in on.
Mhm.
Just suspicion of murder should be, and her on probation should be enough. But I'm not law enforcement. I've not been trained. So I don't know. We'll see.
They've got
We'll
their
see.
plan. They know what they're going to do,
Yeah.
They're waiting on something.
I just wish they would tell us the evidence that they have. They should let the public in on it. I know they have to keep things close to the vest. I know they do. But why can't they give us a little presser every now and then? Just something, because that's what builds up so much animosity and stress and frustration and all that, is because we don't know anything. We don't know anything more right now than we knew from day one.
Exactly.
And it's just poor little baby. And we both know he's not with us anymore. We all know that. I mean, where would he be? And if she really thought that he was out there somewhere and somebody took him out of that house because they wanted a baby, or they thought they were his savior or whatever, then they would be begging whoever got him to bring him back. I would be.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be out there looking.
I would be out there across the street getting on every one of those protesters' videos begging for my baby back.
Yeah. Just help me find my baby.
I would be using them to find my baby. And they don't understand that that's what makes the protesters go even harder at them, is because they know this. They know this, and they know that they're not trying. They've not put up any kind of a reward. Even the poorest of families, that don't have much, put up some kind of a reward. They come up with something. She has not done any kind of flyers. And I don't think the mother has either, because or the grandmother, I think she knows. She knows that there's no reason. I mean, they told her from day one that baby wasn't, so I can understand why maybe they haven't been. But what about the mother, Leilani? She should be. She's the one that acts like she doesn't know what happened. Everybody else really is clueless, I think. So, and her and Danny, I think Danny knows. And I think people should be outside of his house, wherever he is in Dunn, North Carolina, protesting him. If they're going to protest her, they need to be protesting him until all the facts are out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's living his life, releasing his music on YouTube and, all this and that, and just nobody's aggravating him, or they weren't. But there was a YouTuber, Jonathan Lee Riches. He called Danny's mom at her job in North Carolina. Got her on the phone today. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but he got her on the phone and he started asking her, do you know where's Danny? And she said, he told her he was an investigative. I said, I think I told y'all this last night.
Yeah.
But she said no comment a couple of times and just hung up.
Yeah.
And think about it. Her grandchild, because he had the young baby, the 4-month-old baby, the little girl, that was his child. That is his child.
Oh,
and it's
wow.
in protective custody somewhere. And that parent, she's not trying to, is she trying to find out where that kid is? That's her grandchild.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait like everybody else.
Stay tuned to see.
But I think we can probably wrap it up tonight. Aren't you ready to relax?
And hopefully we'll get some more news tomorrow. And this weekend, I'm traveling to Tennessee, so
to see me.
We can do a live then too. Once we figure out, and we'll be together.
Yes, and we will go live while you're here.
Okay, that'll work.
Too, and we'll try to schedule it at least a couple of hours ahead of time. So if anybody wants to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, that way you get notified anytime we upload a video or we go live. Hit the thumbs up button or the little thumbs up thingy, because that helps us get out into the algorithm of YouTube. So YouTube will show our videos to more people. And we're brand new. We don't have very many subscribers yet. And we're starting out and we're learning. And matter of fact, I'm going to have to edit this live a little bit so you don't get a bunch of fluff at the front, because we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
And did you hear me squeal halfway through this thing? When I shared the screen the first time, and I got up and I went and made me some coffee, and I decided I was going to step outside for a minute when I was going to the bathroom. And as soon as I opened the door and walked outside, there was this really big fat skunk looking right at me. Oh, I backed up slowly and I turned around and I went to getting it back in the house. And then I raised the blind and I was looking out and watching it, and it was out there sniffing for food. And I thought, man, that's a big one, bigger than I've seen.
Wow.
So it's a shame you can't go outside. And I'm lucky I didn't get sprayed because the light wasn't on. And usually they'll trigger the floodlight if they're out there, and I know something's out there. But I didn't this time. I just walked right out there, not even thinking, because I hadn't seen one in a few days. And sure enough, it was right there, like 3 feet from the door. And I was probably a foot away from it when I seen it, and it saw me. And I don't know which one of us backed up first. But I figured that's why I started muting every time I did anything after that, because I thought, oh my God, I'm going to get sprayed right on live YouTube.
Yeah, well, that might be some funny bloopers for people to laugh at.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't want to be sprayed. I don't want to give anybody a laugh just to be sprayed. That'd be bad. There's going to be plenty of reasons for y'all to laugh at me from now until whenever. Trust me, because I'm not. You just will. So getting sprayed by a skunk, I can pass that. I can pass. I can pass on that one. So okay.
Well, thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and please do hit the thumbs up, the like, and subscribe, and the notification bell, and and help us out. That's a free, totally free way you can help us grow. And we want to grow because we want to do good with this channel. We don't want to be like some of these other YouTubers that just do things for clicks and views. We don't want to be like, we want to I want to really turn this into something that we're really helping people. And I don't know exactly in what capacity yet.
Well,
other than just bringing awareness to
there's
things.
There's a lot of cold cases. There's a lot of cases that does not get
they don't get the coverage. Right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
And I do want to do that. But, I would love to be able to go on location at some of these cases, where these things are happening and offer my assistance in some way.
Yeah.
I don't want to go protest families. I don't want to do that. But I would love to go help. I mean, I don't want to interfere, get in the way. And that might be something we end up doing. We're just going to ride it out and see where it takes us. But I really want to do something good. So I think we will. I do think
we'll be blessed. The right people will join us and we'll get her done.
Yes. If you want to do right by people and maybe help someone, even if it's one person, that's more than we helped doing nothing. So, if you're in that mindset and you care about people and their well-being and, then stick with us because we're going to do good things. I know we are. You may give us ideas. Give us ideas. We welcome constructive criticism. But please no hate. Please no hate.
Yeah,
no hate. I know we'll get it. You get it no matter what. But just try not to, people. This world, life is too short. There's no reason to say something smart or bad to somebody unless they've done it to you first. I mean, or then there's no reason to then. Just walk away.
Yeah.
Even if that's hard sometimes. But anyway, that's our little lesson in being good people tonight. So, all right, sister, I love you.
Okay, I love you too.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
See you
Talk to y'all tomorrow.
Tomorrow night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Night. Okay, and broadcast.